Hello, guys. This is just a quick review of Fielding Financial, the company, and the property education that they provide. This is effectively my mentorship workbook, and I'm not going to go through it. I've got it here, just to let you know that I took upon this course about, um, I'd say, 4 years ago, and effectively I just want to give you my feedback. I want to give you my personal opinion about the company and what you can actually get out of it, and whether it's worth it you spending £18,000 or however much I actually spent on that. The short answer is absolutely no. I didn't learn anything which is valuable, and which I couldn't get anywhere else on YouTube or the internet for free. Um, so basically, the way the course works is, well, before you actually get to the course, there's a free course as well, that you can attend, and effectively this is how they actually bring you in. So effectively you learn some of the basics in terms of property investment, how you can find the best areas, how you can do some of the calculations, effectively how much things would cost you vaguely once you decide to actually purchase properties for investment purposes, um, the various types of deals you can do. So effectively, this is what the actual free course does. It basically gives you a basic understanding of how and what you could do when it comes to property investing in the UK, and it focuses primarily on England and Wales, because Scotland have slightly different rules um, for when it comes to property investing. Um, but effectively then you can move on to a paid course, and this is where I believe, I can't remember whether I paid a small fee to actually get onto the second course, which is a 2-day course, I believe it was, if I'm not mistaken, or a 1-day course. But anyway, you go to a hotel again, and you basically have, a again, a deeper level of understanding, or a deeper level, you go into a deeper level of detail when it comes to property investing, and then this is where you actually either stop with the company, or whether you actually decide to go for the premium, if you want to call it, course, which cost me about £18,000, and that was 4 years ago. So I'm probably, I doubt that it's gotten any cheaper. It's probably gone more expensive since then. And honestly, was it worth it? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And it really pains me that there are such companies effectively taking money from people, and taking so much money, because again, £18,000, when you think about it, you know, I'm basically paying all my bills and everything, and I've got myself a job. And this is purely down to the fact that I went to university, and how much my university fees were about £3,000 a year. For 3 years, the bachelor degree really cost me 9 grand. Okay? Let's not get into the other costs, but 9 grand of pure educational costs. So to compare that with having to spend £18,000 on a course like this, is an absolute disaster, in my opinion. Because a lot of the information, a lot of the basic information you can get from YouTube for free, from forums, from websites. And the basic information, in my opinion, is you need to understand how you can work out return on investment. The calculation, it's very simple. ROI, that's what you really need to know when it comes to property investing, or before you actually get into it, just so that you can actually think, okay, how much money do I need to collect and save up before I can actually purchase a property, and how much do I have to save up before I purchase a property. What is the best way to actually get the best mortgage deal? These are some of the things you can actually find online. What else? Thirdly, I mean, and again, I'm probably trying to think, what did I learn from the course? And I'm struggling. So to pay £18,000 for basically 3 or 4 things, which I can't even name right now, is a complete disaster. And if I'm being completely honest, I felt quite depressed. Months after I purchased the actual course, because I got the feeling that I don't think I'm going to get anything out of it. And what does it involve? I didn't mention what the actual £18,000 course involves. Well, basically, you get given lots of these useless folders full of all kinds of stuff that you get to discuss in the actual courses, okay? Month 12, month this. And basically, there's a list of courses that you will attend as part of that £18,000 course. You can call them sub-courses, and effectively, each one is meant to effectively focus on a specific area of property investment. And effectively, I mean, you'd get USBs, you'd get CDs, you can put in your car and actually listen to. So they're basically trying to give you information, but again, it's not information you can take action on. A lot of it is just waffle, a lot of it is just theory, a lot of it, and even some of the calculations are not correct. I'll tell you one bit which isn't correct, because when you actually work out your return on investment, they always used to say put 10% of the value of your monthly rent towards a management fee. So that effectively, if the property you're renting out is being managed by an estate agent, then effectively they were saying put 10% as a monthly cost off of your monthly rent, the rent you're receiving from your tenants. Well, let me tell you something. 10% is non-existent, okay? 10% doesn't work. It doesn't exist. Trust me. You can phone companies right now and, estate agencies and say, hey, I've got a property and I want to put it on the market. Would you manage it for me? How much would you charge me each month for it? And I'm sure, I guarantee it. If not, let me know in the comment section if anyone gives you less than 11%. It's impossible. 11 to 12% or 12.5% is pretty much what they charge you. And let me tell you, 10% or 12.5% makes a difference, okay? Especially when you were calculating a certain ROI percentage. You can get to 10% possibly with an estate agency if you've got 3+ properties with them. But if you've got 1 or 2 properties with an estate agency, they're not going to give you 10%. No chance. They're trying to make a living out of it as well. So, but the reason why I felt quite depressed and quite bad about this, and the reason why I'm actually doing this interview before I chuck this in the bin, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw this in the bin. Okay, it's absolutely useless. Absolutely useless. And it pains me that people can be charging double or triple the amount that people have actually paid to go to university. They feel happy to actually take their money away, £18,000 plus, for something that doesn't make them richer, okay? And, you could probably say, well, why didn't you make any money out of it? Basically, when you actually go to the free course and you learn the basics of investing in property, you think, you know what? I've got the basics, I've grasped them. Now I can actually learn more and effectively move on to, doing it in real life. But the problem is, what you learn in terms of the basics in the free courses is all you need, because you're not going to learn too much else for the £18,000 course, okay? The £18,000 course doesn't give you a lot more actionable information, in my opinion, okay? The bottom line is you need money to do property investing, okay? And I actually thought that after doing the basic training, I thought that the £18,000 course is going to give me a secret, something that isn't available to the public, something that is going to give me the edge and is going to make me invest in property without saving. And that's never going to work, okay? When you go to an estate agent, they need you to buy a property. You're going to have to get that money from somewhere. And basically, one of the courses in this £18,000 course was about feeling confident, feeling good, and basically knocking on people's doors and calling your friends and calling your parents and calling your mom and basically asking them for money to invest. So basically, you're taking people from you're taking money from people and you're putting them in property. So they're basically telling you, be confident, don't feel shy. You've got the knowledge. You're educated on when it comes to property. But again, there's a risk with that. And if you don't feel comfortable taking money from people, okay, if you personally don't want to take money from your parents, from your friends, because you think, what if it doesn't work? How am I going to pay them back? If you don't feel comfortable asking people for money, for their money, then don't bother with this course. And I think that's why I felt pretty bad months and months after doing this course, because I thought, you know what, I can see that I'm not learning anything. I'm not getting it, my money's worth. £18,000 for £18,000. You know what? They should have, they should hold your hand. They should hold your hand and effectively, make you successful, or make that £18,000 go back in your pocket. Because if as a company, they're so confident that their education is better than you going to university, then surely they should effectively hold your hand and say, okay, we're gonna make that £18,000 money back for you. Okay, you've given us £18,000 of your hard-earned money, and we're gonna hold your hand and we're gonna make a success out of you by making sure that at least you return that level of money. Okay, provided that you work hard, that you listen to what we ask you to do, etc., etc. But there is no hand holding. They don't hold your hand. Okay, they're happy to take the £18,000, but there is no hand holding. All you basically get is useless pieces of paper like this, which you've got to spend reading. You've got to do all the work. And as I said, there is no secret in these folders. There is no secret. You need money to invest in property. Okay? And if you don't feel confident and happy to take other people's money to be able to buy property, then you might as well not pay these £18,000 and just save up. Okay, work as hard as you can on your day job. Get the second job if you need to. Okay, work as hard as you can, save up, have a deposit ready, work out an ROI, and then effectively pick an area, anywhere in the country you'd like to invest. And obviously, how do you pick an area? Well, again, it's not rocket science, guys. It's not rocket science. Okay? Pick a place where you would be happy living. Okay? Pick a place where, the average Joe would be happy to live in. Okay? If you're happy to live in that property, I would say the chances are others might be happy to live in that property as well. Okay? Now, we can say, having a hospital nearby is good. Having a university nearby is good. Any transport links, such as train stations, fantastic. Primary schools, secondary schools, that definitely helps, okay? But the condition of the property, the street itself, would you live there? And again, that's not rocket science, guys, and it doesn't cost £18,000, okay? If you don't want to live in a certain house, okay? And most of us have come from humble beginnings, regardless of how much money people make nowadays. We can always think, would I live in this house? Would I have lived in this house 20 years ago when I didn't have any money? And if you say yes, then like I said, the chances are, other people would rent off you that house. If you'd say no, then the chances are no one will come, regardless of your ROIs and whatever else you've done. But that's what I'm saying, guys. I've mentioned what basics you can learn and where you can learn them from. Okay? You don't need this, in my opinion. And again, there is no secret. And that's what I thought there would be. Because when I was contemplating and questioning myself, should I actually pay the £18,000 and actually do this? Or shall I just, effectively invest in property on my own? And basically the instructors, or you could call them, property investing teachers at that free event, they basically said, it's the next step up. Honestly, you're going to be learning a lot. Trust me, it's definitely worth it. So basically they give you the confidence that, you're going to pick up so much. You're going to pick up, the secrets of when it comes to property investing. But there are no secrets. And again, look what this says, path to a half. Well, basically the path to a half are regular meetings, which I think used to happen every 3 months or every 6 months. And effectively, this is where you get more presentations, more content, more theory, and you basically get to meet other students just like you. And this is where you can pool your money. You can basically help each other in terms of asking questions, and you can effectively, pool money to buy properties if you want together. But again, guys, trust me, when you work out an ROI, when it comes to most deals, especially as you're starting out, the profits are small. On a buy-to-let, okay, on a standard buy-to-let property, you're going to be making, let's say, I don't know, taking all of the expenses away, you'd be making £300, £350, okay, on average. Okay, now think about it. If you had taken money from someone, or you've pulled money from another student, okay, and you've got to pay some of that money back because all of the money you didn't put into that property, it's other people's money. So you're going to be making what? Half of that? Or just one third of that? Depending on, again, how much of the deposit you paid and how much of the deposit they paid, and etc. etc. So I don't know. Effectively, you're not going to get rich from it. All right. So to do all of this for £100 a month, how long is it going to take you to pay the £18,000 back? Guys, honestly. And again, this is where they sometimes would say, well, do you know what? You've got the knowledge. They can give you the money. But again, what if something goes wrong? Nothing is set in stone that you're going to be making money. You can fall for a poor house. Okay. You can actually pick a house based on your ROI. But if it's in a very poor area, or no one wants to rent it, or or you got bad tenants and they thrash the place, and then you've got to put in your own money, thousands of pounds, to actually refurbish it, how are you going to be paying back the deposit money that you got from your friends, from your family? Think about it, guys. And again, I'm going to throw this in the bin. I don't want to be talking more about this. If you've got any questions, please post them in the comments section. Like I said, I just wanted to basically, give you my opinion of this company. I hate it. I lost £18,000 of my money. Beware, guys. That's all I could say. And I just want this video to effectively be there to help you, because I thought effectively I would go to these meetings. I'm going to attend every single course, and I'm going to effectively know the secrets, and I'm going to start investing in property. But the thing is, you need money to invest in property. And if you're going to spend £18,000 on this, then you're going to have to save up a lot more to be able to invest in property. So again, and saving up £18,000 takes time. And honestly, guys, I was really disappointed. I think these companies, and this is not the only one, there's a Samuel Leeds company which I've been to as well, and I've spent about £2,000 on I forgot what they actually called their deal finding extravaganza course. Don't fall for it, guys, honestly. It just dents your bank account, and it doesn't give you the education that you really need, because there are no secrets. It's the basics that you need. Okay. And all right, guys, thank you very much. Sorry for the long video. I thought it was going to be shorter, but I'm just trying to get other people to avoid being in my position, because when you feel depressed, and when you feel like you've lost so much money, and you think that people have made a fool out of you, and they're going to basically take that £18,000 and invest it themselves, and you're basically left with nothing. It's heartbreaking, honestly. I mean, I would go as far as to say some people would probably commit suicide because it's that bad. I mean, it's I don't think it's any different than basically being scammed online, where basically someone tells you to download an attachment, and they basically tell you, oh, okay, we're gonna do something beneficial for you. Just click here, just click there, and they basically wipe out your life savings. It's the same thing. They're just doing it in a different way. They're just doing it in a different way. They're still persuading you to buy something off of them. They're basically asking for your money, and you don't get much in return. I'm sorry to say that, but you don't get much in return. There you go, guys. There's my 2 cents on that company. Have a good day and take care. Stay safe. Let's help each other. Keep helping each other, guys.